This is a Emergency broadcast. Code Red, hold on, Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Back on the air, it is a Friday night, people. Now, we have 148, 46, or 47.
I think we're up to 147 now.
Well, I think it's 147 episode. Yeah. And we have a special guest.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Hey, sir, I hear it's a good one, and it is... the policy man. Policy man.
Pearse Redmond.
Policy man.
Morgan's Policy Radio.
Now, we want to know, where do you know more about this Top Gun? Now, I'm going right to the spot. I'm going right to the spot to know, you know any more since what we talked about in the last time we talked to you.
No, well, let me just first apologize, Uncle, for not making it. I think it was maybe last week or the week before I was supposed to come on because there was the Top Gun Maverick trailer had just come out.
Right.
But I forget I think I was actually just so tired. I fell asleep really early. I mean, I think I texted you, Aaron. I think.
Yeah, it was last second anyway.
It was the man talk about it. You're the one started to talk about it, so I threw it on my air line. It on my show, and what did I hear? Not the man that talked about it.
Yeah, well,
that doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, we got the man tonight.
Yeah,
Pearse Redmond.
Now you can talk about that part since I already talked about it.
And I'll just add real quick. Anybody who wants to jump in this conversation, welcome to do so. Call in. This is a live show. 319-527-5016. We're live every Friday night.
He's got his notes. The sidekick is on the board. He has his notes next to me.
I got a lot of hard-hitting notes on the previous hour, Uncle. We were into some some intense subject
stuff.
Yeah, heavy.
That was your hour. I don't know what you were talking about.
Things are different now. I
don't know if it was... Well, and it doesn't do to my hour. That was your hour.
Maybe those governmental listeners will hang on. I mean, this is a Navy. This has interest to the U.S. Navy. Maybe they'll want to hear this show.
Wait, was that who was listening in the first hour?
I don't know.
That's what Chuck tells me. He's and Chuck, if you want to jump in and explain
what they're talking about.
But it was 15 U.S. government-based listeners on the stream. Is that correct?
Yeah. What I could see is that we had some U.S.gov-based internet service provider listeners, and it was an unusual amount. Because I don't even usually attract 15. And there was literally 15. I had to count it twice to make sure, but that's how many we had. Now, it dropped down to 12 toward the end of the hour. And
he's
going. Sidekick here is going to the service.
I guess I have to.
He's going to the service, and I'm going at the United States people. Now, that's something new.
Yeah. Sure. I guess the draft is back and conscript me. Put me in there.
Conscription. Yeah, put this guy in here. Needs to be doing some work.
If you had to pick a branch, would you go naval pilot like Tom Cruise?
Oh, he would go on the plane. He'd take that one.
Air Force.
I know you take.
I guess. Well, no.
Well, he's not. They're not Air Force, right? Aren't they like naval pilots?
Yeah, Top Gun is Navy. Top Gun is
Navy pilot.
Maybe I'd go Navy. There's so many different ways.
I know he'd go
things
Navy.
that can happen.
You could keep a beard, right? I heard some talk of beards or something, right? Or is that? Or you say beer?
Mustache.
Yeah, because they have mustaches in Top Gun.
Top Gun mustache.
Yeah, right. I know that there's mustaches in there. It being the iconic gay film that it is.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Well, here's a little. This I don't know if this is like news, Uncle, related to Top Gun, but I do see, and I was I picked up on it also, and evidently so has CNN. They've devoted time to this. Is Val Kilmer in the new Top Gun movie? They say, what's the deal with the trailer? Where's Val Kilmer? And I didn't, this is the Iceman. He's credited on IMDb, but nowhere in the trailer. So interesting. I do hope he's in it. He doesn't look nearly as good as Tom Cruise does nowadays. And he was very ill, I think, for a while. But he's supposed to be in it. But also, I pulled up another article. I think this was in Entertainment Weekly, that Kelly McGillis. Yeah. She wasn't asked to be a part of the sequel. So she's the love interest.
Yeah, she takes over the one that did the one in the first one. She's taking over that one. For what?
Well, that was Tom Cruise's woman in the first movie.
Yeah, and don't they get married or not married? I guess
they never got married.
Not originally.
I forget how the relationship even ends in the movie. If they go their separate ways or if they stay together or what. I don't remember.
In the movie?
Yeah, in Top Gun. What do those two end up deciding that their future is together?
Oh, isn't it like she's going to stay there teaching and so is he at like the Top Gun school?
What I thought it was exactly. I thought since she got the Washington job that she was going to stay to that. And that's what I think I understood. That she was going to stay to that, doing that, but not be part of this scene of the movies.
Yeah, she's not coming back.
She's not coming back to do the second half of it with him. Yeah. It was that other lady.
Maverick is too much. I feel like in the end, Maverick ends up having to be like the loner character anyway.
Were you excited, Uncle, about the trailer? Because I genuinely was pretty pumped. I liked
interested in the picture. But like you said, Will's going to be in it. I only saw like parts of it. I like a part of an arm, part of a face, and part of a leg.
Yeah.
Now, usually in a scene like that, they're showing parts of things, of people, but not originally the same person. I mean, the straight person that's going to be, all right, I'm in the movie, but not seeing the whole body scene.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of trailers, Uncle. They're not going to give everything away.
Right.
They got to tease you.
So this is what you're just saying. It's
the same.
This is like a tease.
It's a tease, exactly.
Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to we have to wait for that when it comes out to see what is going to be the start of it.
This trailer has seduced us.
This trailer that we've seen is something in it. In this scene.
There's something
in the scene with this trailer. But what we don't know,
it actually,
see.
I feel it hints at a lot of stuff because
what does it say?
The big thing that people are talking about now with, Tom Skerritt has said some things. He hasn't really said anything. And like every piece of news, but the undercurrent for a long time has been that the topic of drones is going to come up in this.
Well, wait,
I feel like it's almost overtly they said that in the trailer. They hinted at it, but I feel like that's what they're talking about.
The drones, that's a very possibility. It's like the helicopters, but these drones are like those things that go up in the air and come down, like things.
UAVs, Uncle.
UAVs will be in the show. It's not like it had it in the beginning, in the first one. Didn't have any of that. But now, in this second one, they're going to have that. What you were saying is like
unmanned aerial vehicles.
Yeah, is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they call them.
Yep.
I mean, I'm watching the trailer again right now, and I mean, it looks pretty good. There's a scene. I'm seeing a scene of maybe some shirtless Tom Cruise playing football.
It's a volleyball scene.
It's a volleyball scene, not football,
right? Or is there?
I think he has a football in his hand though in the new movie.
Okay.
And there does look like maybe that's a drone in one of the things, and a lady pilot also.
They got lady pilots in this one.
They got a lady pilot.
I gotta see this is.
Well,
it looks pretty good. I gotta be. I mean, I'm definitely seeing that in the theaters.
Because
we'll have to see it.
The trailer is good. I do. I think they did a great job.
Which sometimes that's a little scary when the trailer is so good, and you're like, that just means the movie is going to be bad.
Well, you don't know. The music's going to be the same, I'm sure of.
Yeah, actually, I saw a story on that. I think it's Hans Zimmer is returning, right? Isn't it? I think I saw the headline saying that he's going to do it.
They definitely have that same, like the theme plays in the trailer.
Yeah. And the theme is by Harold Faltermeyer, who's the same guy who did the iconic Beverly Hills Cop theme music.
Oh, yeah. He's done like a ton of stuff, though, I think.
Yeah, lots of great stuff from Faltermeyer. He's the guy who wrote the Top Gun theme, which is also iconic.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a classic. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have to say that at the end of at the very end, the thing that they leave you hanging with on that trailer is like, basically they tell Maverick that he's a dying breed and that, that there's only so much time left. He's like, yeah, well, maybe so, but today I'm still here.
Yeah.
Shows him flying or whatever.
But what question I want to know is, the sidekick of him that used to be in this first one,
Goose.
Who is going to be his partner is one, and who is going to be like he was in this first one?
Maybe we'll go from a goose to
Maverick.
a duck. Maybe it'll be a character called Duck.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Where are these scene of these two people going to be?
Oh, I know who it's going to be.
Oh, you know who it's going to be. But
I think because there's Miles Teller is in the movie. You've seen him in lots of stuff. He's got to be the young Tom Cruise.
That's what I meant.
Oh, he's the new young guy.
Okay,
I think so. I think he's going to be.
I said it was one.
Or maybe he'll be like, or maybe he's like Goose's son. I could see something like that.
Yeah.
Goose's. That could be. That could be.
See, I could see him. There's going to be. I feel like Tom Cruise is going to be in the mentor teacher role. The old
right. And John Hamm is in it too.
Who's Ham? I can't think of who that is.
John Hamm. He's what's it? Mad Men.
Oh.
Ed Harris is in it too. Obviously,
Ed Harris. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I liked him.
I love him. Yeah, he's always
that
good.
was a guy.
Yeah,
Here was a guy. He's going to take over the guy that was the bald head guy.
Yeah.
Was that was
bald head for bald head?
Yeah. Bald head.
Yeah,
well,
get a new bald guy in there.
New bald guy was like, he was saying like, well, where you going to be now? The other guy said it. Where are you going to be now?
Yeah.
I'm an instructor. That was at the end of the first one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who was that? That's
what I'm talking about.
Character actor guy from the first one. Yeah, the guy who's like, I want their butts. That guy.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. When he spills his coffee.
Yeah. The coffee spilling.
He's
And then Scarrett was just the teacher at the Top Gun. He was the Viper or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man, so much to think about here.
I'm telling you, this would take a good hour just to figure this all out.
I mean, there's a lot of anticipation.
The anticipation of this movie is going to be very, very good. And of course, like I always do, and like we all do here, I will talk about it.
We will
when we get.
We'll have Pearse back.
Watch it.
He'll be back.
And
he'll return.
Talk about this. And tell us, I'm going to say it, I'm going to have a test. Put a test to it a little bit when we see it, but not until then. On between which one was the best. But that's what I'm going to say. But
I have a lot of ideas on what might happen in this movie, but I think I'm going to just
hold it off until we get to see the movie.
I'm going to hold it off.
Don't even talk about it.
Now, Pearse, there was a concern in the chat room that I think let's
the chat boys
let's field that because they were asking what happened to the Open Minds podcast. Do you want to just speak to that?
Yeah, it just. It's still probably gonna pick back up again soon, but people will notice like if you go to like Open Minds, it's I don't know they're changing a lot of things over there, and I'm not really privy to all of the kind of like some of the behind the scenes stuff in terms of like revamping the website and everything, but they are kind of like in the process of not changing like the mission of the foundation is staying the same, but the way that we're producing that information, so to speak. That might be changing a little bit, and that's kind of what you're seeing. So I mean, like John and I have been talking all summer. John's also busy. John Atack he's busy. He's writing another book at the moment, so he's kind of devoting most of his time to that. I've been busy also. I just haven't had the time to record stuff. I mean, John and I actually have it's I don't know when we're gonna get around to it, but I have some video of us that I have to edit and post. But yeah, basically they're just sort of changing, I think, the strategy that they were doing beforehand. So while that's all going on, everything is sort of on hiatus. But I know people are always asking me about Open Minds. I mean, I love doing it. So hopefully we can kind of pick that up again soon. But yeah, not a lot of new information on that front. I talked about it on my show, that John and I wanted to do some stuff, but then I got super swamped. He got super swamped, and you know how it goes. It's not like it's not going to happen, but we just need to sit down and actually, figure it out.
Fair enough. Yeah. Uncle, that was the group that Spike was a part of. You remember Spike?
Yes. What's she doing, by the way?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her in a while.
You too? I mean, look at all these people that talk, and I know they're not doing the contacts.
This online media creation business is tough.
Is crazy. No, it's
a lot of work.
It's not tough. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Because you got information. Sometimes show up, or sometimes they come back.
We're lucky that we just have this weekly show, and we kind of show up, and Chuck is good enough to produce it, and things just kind of roll along.
Just rolling along with this show, and we're on top of it every week. That we are trying to do our shows, we're on them, and unless there's some other things we can't do, I will say, I'll say, whatever happens, but usually we're usually on them on a certain day, and this is the days we're usually on. So, but I guess they got some other things to do.
Yeah,
those other people.
So
I guess.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So do we got anybody else on the line?
Anybody who wants to call, please feel free. Anything you have to add. Maybe you want to talk about some from the last hour too, or maybe you have ideas about Top Gun Maverick, or just any sort of question you have for Pearse. Just call up 319-527-5016. You could also get a hold of Chuck, Charles.Ocelli on Skype. He could bring you in that way.
Bring it in, and it's cheaper.
It's
it's cheaper than doing that. So
it's cheaper than calling in from Canada. We know that much.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
I doubt if I'm going to get Canada people tonight. But because it's how we're starting. Usually they pop on at me when I get on my show.
Well, we have listeners in Canada right now. We have listeners in the UK. They are listening. They are listening. Also, let's not forget the Street Cream people, because I do know that I sent out packages recently, and I'm pretty sure Aaron did too. So, they might want to call in as well, or mention something in the chat room. We will definitely acknowledge it during the show as well, right? Street Cream.
Street Cream. I'm telling you, this Street Cream, I'm liking this Street Cream sound.
Oh, yeah.
Not Street Cream. I think we're going to...
Yeah, it's a great sound. It really has a ring to it.
That does. It's tempting me to do some... Well, we can't do the changing.
Pearse, do you have a street team going? Do you have any interest in starting up a street team for?
What is a street team?
Here you go.
I took the idea from sort of old punk rock shows. They'd have a street team in any given city where if you were a fan of a band, you would sign on. You would pledge to be part of the street team, and basically you just go around flyering for a show. When your favorite small indie punk band was in town to help draw a crowd. And that's basically what the idea of a street team. I took that.
I love that. Yeah, if somebody wants to make a Porkins one.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Radio stations do it all across the country. Heavy metal bands did it. The street team thing, it was sort of like you get passes to shows, right? But the agreement is that, you got a little access, but you go around and you fly or you hand out the stickers or, whatever. So that would be part of the street team. And Uncle the Street Team kind of was just born on the show one night from Aaron. And I accidentally said Street Cream once. So now
that's what got my attention.
I thought that's what you said for a second. And I thought maybe that was like a new product that you guys were involved with.
No, it's just because of my misstep. It is now called Street Cream, and but basically it's just the business cards. In a lot of cases, we're mailing these out to people, and they're putting them out, in different parts of their local city, whatever. So, if you were to go to, like, say, Vistaprint or something and go get you some business cards, you could become involved in it, too. Like, I mail out Uncle cards along with any package I mail out, and also Age of Transition stuff. Along with, so we're kind of all cooperating now. It's become like a network thing that you've been on break, so you haven't been asked to be involved yet, Pearse. But if you want to participate, man, I'd love to add Porkins to the Street Cream roster.
What you have to do, Policy, what you'll have to do, send him some of your cards. Right there, Chuck?
Yeah, ideally, maybe get some vinyl stickers made.
And then he will Porkins, and then he will get it connected to our street team. Correct there, Chuck? Is that how it goes?
Well, we all do this. Aaron sends them out. I send them out.
Well, he can send some to us. We'll do the same.
Yeah, and we'll send some of ours to him, and then he can maybe drop them around in New York for us while we're dropping them around in our localities and see where we're all spreading around our business cards, right?
Right. That's mainly what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Anybody who gets a hold of me who wants to be a part of the Street Cream, they send me a mailing address. I just send them out materials like cards and stickers and stuff, and then they go about making things happen. And there's a lot of potential here, actually, because the Street Creamers are out there on their social media.
I feel like Street Cream has got to be like our super group or something, right?
Something like that. At least the crack room, the crazy room, I call it the crack room, they going wild in there. I'm hearing a couple of clicks. I know they're getting wild with it.
We've got some Street Creamers in the crack room right now.
I know.
What's the crack room? Is this where you guys record? What's going on?
I'm starting to call it the crack room.
It's the chat room, Kurt.
The chat room.
I call them the
Ochelli.com chat room. We're clicking away over here.
Yeah, listen, I'm going nuts.
It's clicking. It's clacking.
It's hitting me in my ears.
It's clicking.
What's going on?
It's cracking. It's creaming.
What are they saying on there?
They're mainly just putting out single character responses.
Yeah, now they're just typing in one.
I like this. This is the right attitude to have.
You like this?
Yeah. Uncle, we're on to something, I think.
Well, there is one guy from Canada I am proud of.
Yes.
He has got them out there with my cards. Robin. Is it Robin? Yes.
He's out there on the streets right now.
He's out there throwing them out. My cards.
He is.
Which, by the way, we have a caller on the regular phone line if you want to bring him in too, Uncle.
Yes. Go ahead, come in. What's your name and where you from?
Hey, Uncle, this is Ed up in Washington State, and I'm one of the Street Creamers. Hey, man, I'm handing out your cards, brother. I've been at it.
Okay, very good, very good.
I'm just glad your show is on because I caught the last hour or so of Chuck's show, and your sidekick show, man, those guys have put you in a dark hole, man, with the shows they're doing. Good thing it's Friday night and you're on now, finally, brother.
Because mine is, let me tell you, mine is the talker and the laughing. I don't know what they do. I don't know what. Honestly, I don't know what they do in their first hour, but I bet you they don't so much crack
you don't
up this
want to know,
crack.
Man. Stay out of there. Stay out of there, my friend.
I just...
Nothing but trouble, Uncle.
It's trouble, and they don't probably want to laugh.
Uncle, we got the U.S. government following us around, for God's sake.
Well, you're in the government.
You're
in the service. Oh, we just found out something. Sidekick here has got some servicemen on his broadcast. Not on mine. I'd rather have them on the United States.
Sure.
Oh yeah, these guys got the NSA after them. Everything they got. It is bad news, and you just don't even tune in because you don't want to put them onto you. Get them on after you.
I don't. I get it.
So
Better. You can have them.
Shows. Do not listen to Chuck's or the Sidekick shows, Uncle. Don't do it.
Thanks so much for that, Ed. I appreciate it. Really.
This is glowing recommendations here.
Ed knows what
There's a whole network. Yeah.
I didn't put.
Hey, I just want to tell you about my favorite Top Gun. It's just a little old Smith & Wesson 38 S10 service revolver. That's my favorite Top Gun right there. A friend of mine gave it to me years ago.
Got the gun.
And it's the simplest gun, no safety. It's just a little six-shooter. Great little gun. You were talking Top Gun, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Indeed.
I don't know. Yeah, that's my Top Gun, I guess.
Nice. I like it. Ed, do you have anything you want to ask Pearse since he's online tonight?
Yeah, he's online.
I do. You know what, Chuck? I didn't want to step on Uncle's show, but with this dark stuff. But you know what? Uncle had a guest. Chuck had a guest a few months ago, and he placed the current president's friendship with Epstein back around 1987. Around the Iran-Contra stuff, and I just wonder, you guys mull that over and make of it what you will.
Well, sure, yeah. No,
I can't remember the dude's name. It was a guy who was a Republican in Texas. Who was that guy?
Robert Morrow?
Chuck, your guess.
Yeah, that was Robert Morrow, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he placed the president's friendship with Trump back to 87, which would be right in that Iran-Contra era.
Yeah, I think it's
that means.
Yeah. I think that's likely, and it might even go back before that. But yeah, the 87, that seems to be a very tumultuous and important time in Jeffrey Epstein's life, as well as Donald Trump's. And I believe that was around the same time that his mentor Roy Cohn passed away. Was I think 1986, 1987, and then of course Trump goes on to buy the Plaza Hotel, which was also used by Cohn in his blackmail operation. So, yeah, I think 87 is a very important time in it's an important time in world history, and it's also important in terms of Jeffrey Epstein as well.
Yeah.
And 1987, 1 year after Top Gun came out, 1986.
Look at that. That's something else, because I saw Top Gun 2, Back to Top Gun. I went with a friend of mine to the theatrical release at the theater. And I came out of there feeling like I'd been through a 2-hour military recruitment film, and this guy goes to air shows to this day. So that's how different people think that film.
Here we go.
It worked.
Yeah, so... Anyhow,
Uncle, it's not really a secret that was a big point of the film. I mean, it's everybody.
That's what I was saying coming out of there, and I didn't. I was oblivious to military involvement in Hollywood or anything back then directly. But we were walking out of there. I'm going to feel like I just got assaulted by a recruitment pitch. And he said, "Oh, but it's so awesome, man!" He was. We had totally different takes when we came out of there.
It's funny. That sounds like my first experience with the film. Like I watched it at my friend's house. I was staying over one night, and he was all amped up to watch it. He actually watched it twice. Oh, dear Lord! and like he loved it. I was just like, oh man, this film is boring. It just bored me. I was a kid. I was like, I have no interest in this.
How did he get?
Mostly Transformers.
Oh wait a minute.
See,
one thing, Uncle. There's some beautiful photography in there, though. You got to admit. Beautiful photography in that film of the planes and everything flying.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what I liked about it. Yeah. The planes.
Yeah. That's what my buddy liked. That's what he took away from it. So
I recently saw a story of somebody. I think it was Kilmer talking about Tony Scott, and Tony Scott would be like on the aircraft carrier shooting those shots of the airplanes, and he'd be like in tears that the shot came out like so well that it did.
Yeah, you got to admit that was some fantastic. Aerial photography. If this is before the CGI stuff, so I got to believe
it's all real,
the real deal. So that side of the movie, you got to give that's got to be credited there for sure. Yeah.
All right, Ed. Well, thank you for street teaming it up.
Yeah. I'm glad you're passing out my cards. I appreciate that all.
Thank you.
Hey, I will continue. And hey, is there going to be no beer review tonight? I guess.
I guess not, because you haven't got any.
No,
recent
no.
ones.
It's a no beer kind of night, I think. Yeah.
He tried us.
I had a drink tonight. I had a couple, but I drank them before your show. Listen to those other guys' shows. I couldn't wait. Had to dip in early, but
it's too ahead of me.
Yeah, I was hoping to check in with that, but after last week's sort of alcoholics not so anonymous show you had last week.
Well, no, that one.
Pretty fun show last week you had. I got to say, I couldn't call in. I was at work, but I wanted to so bad.
Well, that's my man. If you ever get him on the show, him and the other guy, Wine Man. If those two get on the show, I will well, they're the two that gets us going.
Yeah, we need to sober up after.
Well, after last week,
I get it, man.
Half the hour.
Yeah, I'm about a half a sheet to the wind because I was looking forward to another. I was ready.
Another party night. Yeah.
Another party, man.
We'll be back.
I'm going to go and let you guys finish and just keep on keeping on, man.
Thanks, Ed.
Pretty good.
And I think this is an important place to just add in. Today we were at the Orange County Fair, Uncle.
Oh yeah, let's put that in for picture. We were in the what beer? What?
It was the Orange County Fair.
Orange County Fair, and we've got some interesting pictures now.
We took some photos.
We'll
put some up on Instagram.
There'll be some on Instagram. And I tell you, we got some wild ones.
We did.
In this plane.
Uncle by some aliens.
I'm sitting by the aliens, putting a couple of places. We're putting them all over the place. Saying, come over here, we take a picture for Instagram. So we're putting all this, throwing out the pictures, and he's shooting out the pictures with his phone. So he's going to edit it to them.
We could have seen recreational vehicle demolition derby tonight they were doing, but we didn't because...
You didn't?
No, because we had to do the show.
We had to do the show.
Oh, come on!
We weren't going to.
You should have done you should have done like a live broadcast from down there.
Wow, that was another thinking in my head.
Yeah. I don't know how you would do that. Maybe you'd have to have like Chuck call your phone on Skype or something.
Yeah, I could have brought him in if they could have gotten access to Skype. Yeah, definitely.
If we could have done that, I was really thinking of that.
Yeah.
I was really thinking of that, but though they were rushing out and the kids wanted to go and everything wanted to take off, so and
yeah, well, maybe that's something we can do next year. We'll do the RV. Maybe
we'll do. That's another one
because they do it every year.
That's what I want to do for another next year. We'll do, and I think that's another thing I want to do live.
I'd want to add that in just to show you, Pearse, how dedicated we are and how
you got to rush home.
Yeah, we had to talk to you, man. We weren't going
to. A similar thing happened to me. My girlfriend and I were out. We went. We just went to a little shopping, and then we had a couple of beers, and then we were getting some food, and then suddenly I looked down and I realized I think I had a tweet or something that it wasn't for. I thought it was maybe from you, and I said, "Oh God, I got to go home and record." It was getting late. We just made it in time for me to record the show, but I completely lost track of time. But we rushed here so that we could make Uncle the podcast.
Nice.
Oh, so you were out last night?
No, we were out just today. We were out like a few hours ago. And I forgot.
It's a very, very similar situation as us. We had to make sure that we made it back here in time. That's for sure.
Did you see any how does the Orange County Fair stack up to other kind of county fairs and stuff? Were there like big vegetables, anything like that?
Animals were nice. And
they have the animals, yeah, they do.
And some designs of pictures.
They do have a produce section. That was maybe the one thing we didn't do this year. They have an interesting area where they show you like above ground garden beds, and they kind of show you all the stuff you can grow out here.
Okay.
And they have like interesting plant things. It's not big on the produce so much. You think because it's Orange County,
Right, like what grows out there.
Yeah, I mean, we got citrus, and they've got some of that going on, but it's mainly like the animals and like rides, and they have art. The art is actually very good.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The pictures and the art.
No,
They actually
no
get
cannabis
good
booth.
bands. What's that?
No
Chuck?
cannabis booth in California.
We had
There was.
camels. We seen cannibal animals. Yeah.
Okay.
We did see camels. There were camels.
Yeah.
Camels?
Yes, there were camels.
There were camels.
Dairy camels.
Dairy? They milk camels?
Yes, so you can watch them milk the
I
camels.
didn't see one.
They have special soaps that have camel milk in them, and chapstick with
Can you
camel
drink
milk in it.
camel milk? Is it?
I didn't ask them that.
That would have been a good question to ask.
Or
You
is it-
should have.
Yeah, because that's like the big thing is almond milk and oat milk. Hey, Uncle, you go for any of those?
The almond milk, matter of fact, we need milk.
We drink almond milk. We always have almond. I don't really drink cow's milk anymore.
His little one has to have it because
My daughter has eczema, and so regular milk can be a little tough on her. So we'll give her like the almond and the other milk like that. So we usually have it on hand. Yeah.
But that might be in the industry to get into, cutting edge camel milk.
Oh yeah,
that'd be something to look into.
I didn't realize they even had it till today. Yeah.
You had some?
No,
we didn't have that.
I didn't realize they milked camels.
I wish they had. I mean, if they had a sample, like they have samples of things.
Well, they were selling that soap.
They were.
Yeah, they had the soap and the lip balm. I didn't see any actual milk you could drink or food products.
A lot of expensive stuff. They were pretty expensive, man. But
it's a good fair. It's a good. What it has is very good, and they get bands come through. I saw Tears for Fears play there a couple of years back. That was,
okay.
So they'll get like good acts come through, and
there was a couple on just recently there.
Even the side stage had like the guy from Men at Work, and he was like doing solo, and he was actually really good. So they'll have they'll have stuff like that there. And that's just free, They had a pig race. They had a pig race today. Yeah, we saw pigs race. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. It's a good fair. Lots of rides. That's lots of crazy stuff.
Had my ride there that I had to look for about an hour.
The alien ride.
The alien ride. I couldn't find that. I was looking for it.
It's one of the things where it spins around in a circle and you stick to the wall.
You stick to the wall.
Oh yeah, I can't do that. You do it. You do it, Uncle.
I could do that, this closed one. But there was one today.
We did another. They actually have two of them.
They have two of them, but they did the one, it was outside.
I did one with my son.
He did one with his son, and it goes up and out and hooked up. I'd like to know how you hooked up on that while it was turning like a wheel.
Yeah, because not only does it spin level and you stick to the side, but once you're spinning incredibly fast, stuck to the side, it starts flipping up.
That's right.
What?
So that it starts.
This one did.
It starts going
this one did.
Perpendicular to the ground, and you're spinning perpendicular to the ground while you're stuck to the side with no straps on or anything.
Yeah, they did have straps.
It was crazy.
But
no, there's no strap. There's just this little rope in front of you.
Yeah, that's what it was. Whoa.
It's not tight against you at all. It's the centripetal force holding you in there.
That's what it was.
That's all it is.
That's what it was in the one that I was on.
I was surprised at that ride.
The same things like that.
I was surprised at how intense that ride was. It just as soon as it started,
that got improved.
It is crazy. I was like, as soon as it started, I was like up against the wall. I'm like, whoa! Now
it sticks you. That's what it does with the one that closes up.
Yeah.
It closes up the same way. It sticks you. Once it sticks you, you go, you're stuck. And then you're flying. That's how it works.
I noticed
That's how it works.
I know. It was crazy. My son loved it. It made me dizzy.
I've been on two that I was dizzy on.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't. Some of those fair rides. I mean, some of those fair rides are literally they're the craziest rides ever. I mean, they're crazier than those huge amusement parks like Six Flags.
Yeah,
because those ones at the fair, it's like they're taking those apart and putting them back together, like all the time.
Yeah, I know, it's a little disturbing. That's why I only get scared on fair rides. I don't get scared on any ride, but I will get a little. I'll get a little nervous on some of those fair rides.
Totally,
be honest.
especially if it's just a rope holding you in.
Yeah,
I like those swings though. That was when me and his son was
cool.
on one of them, and big sucker. I said, wait a minute. This one was longer than the ones I ever were on.
You were way up there.
I was up there higher than the original one that was like that spin. Now, you can understand when they were a little lower and they go up, but this one was higher. They had this certain ride was higher. I've seen these.
It was a high swing.
Higher swinger.
Very high.
They got, So.
Yeah, I don't do rides. I don't do big roller coasters. I don't do fair. I can't do them.
Never?
I just get too freaked. No, I have a pretty bad fear of heights, so that kind of limits. Yeah, I'm not a big.
Just remember when you go on one. Just remember one thing.
Which is
either what kind of ride it is first. If it's a stick-on, it will not come off. Then the next one.
That's why I kept telling myself.
Tied it down on a seat belt that's real good and tight and holds it from the bottom up. It holds you down. And the arm and the handle is connected to that piece. Like I was on one today.
Those are the only two things he has to do then.
Then have to worry about.
Yeah, just do that.
Just do those.
Okay.
I mean, when you try it one. Not going to say.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot and try a ride like that and see how you feel. And you can let us know. And to let us know on it.
It's like I can't get the nerve up. You know what I mean? To get. No, I just don't do it.
Feel the wind as you go too. You feel the wind. Feel the wind.
It'll give you confidence.
It comforts you and it relaxes you. Two things it do. Relaxes you. And gives you confidence.
Well, it's like a relaxing walk on top of a mountain.
Right.
The wind
Think of you on a mountain. Something like that.
Yeah. It's a lot like that.
His wife said, you were scared, some of them. Well, honest truth, on this one big one that I was talking about.
Yeah, fair rides are scary.
That was a little scary for me.
They're pretty scary.
I haven't been up to that high before. It was a little lower, yes, but not that high. I was a little, but I know I was trapped in good.
Is that like one of those little like you're in like a little like egg thing and they're just spinning you around?
Yeah, it's in the swing.
Well, like Uncle, or we're talking about like the spinner thing.
Yeah.
It's on the ground.
Yeah. Well, like Uncle is saying, the one that he likes was the alien ride. They fashion it on the outside. It looks like a UFO, right? Like a disc. You get in, and it's just a circle where you take like a spot along the outside of the circle. Everybody gets a spot, and you lean up against the wall. And then the whole thing starts spinning. The circle starts spinning. You're on the edge. It spins so fast that, again, the centripetal force forces you into the wall. Right. And on the alien UFO one, it has like the wall will actually kind of slide upwards.
And it takes the bottom down.
Yeah, and the bottom goes out of your feet.
Get off your feet and it
oh, God, no.
And then it goes up, and then you're up in the air.
It's not as crazy as that wacky one I wrote today that actually flips up sideways as well, perpendicular. I didn't see that coming, to be honest. I didn't know it did that.
I saw something on the floor.
I was like,
that
whoa.
That sucker was going to drop. I saw the thing was going to, they're going to drop down. And here hooking up. What are they hooking up to? An air thing to hold up their chest thing. It had to be like that. But the thing about the one out there and the one inside is only one thing different.
What?
There's a DJ in it.
Oh, yeah.
But this one,
I
did not see a DJ.
Inside?
Yeah. With the UFO one, there's a DJ in the center.
Yeah.
You know,
he's not spinning, though.
No, he's staying still.
He's staying still with playing the music.
Or wait, you know what? Does he spin?
No.
He does spin because the center spins
too. That's why I wanted. Actually, I had to see that again. I had because you didn't let me go on the ride. But I would have looked at that. That's the point I was trying to find out.
You're upset that you didn't ride the alien ride.
I did. I am. Because I wanted to go to that because of what he just said.
You did ride a bunch of rides.
No, I know. But what he just said.
We should have done the alien.
I wanted to see if he does spin. I threw me on a question there. Threw me out on that.
Yeah, the DJ. Yeah, because he does
I wasn't
spin.
Sure.
But of course, he doesn't have the centripetal force because he's at the center point. where he's not being flung into the wall. He's in the direct center.
Yeah, he's in the middle.
What kind of music is he spinning?
Rock.
Like a lot of 90s dance music.
Dance music. Dance music.
He'll play that sort of stuff.
Some rocks. Maybe a little
I guess it
rock.
depends on the DJ.
Slow rock. Yeah. That's
anything
true.
an alien would want to listen to when they came to our planet.
Right,
Yeah. And Planet, you should have seen these things, man. They were wild. Well, you'll see it on the Instagram.
We'll post that to Instagram.
Well, put it on Instagram. You'll see these aliens that I just took pictures of. They'll be on it.
Yeah, always a fun time at the fair. So we had to do it.
Well, we had to go there.
But I'm glad you, Pearse, and us, respectively, both made it back here tonight because I think we did some fine broadcasting tonight.
We threw out.
Any weird food at the fair? Did you eat like a big pickle? That's always like a fair thing.
I saw some of these pickles, but they had this.
Well, the OC Fair is famous for their like fried.
They had
foods.
We had some kind of potato.
It's a big draw for
drawing off potato.
I saw a sign for something which we didn't have, but it was a donut for a bun.
Oh,
and it was fried chicken. And ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream in the middle
on a donut bun.
I looked at that. I said,
that's the sort of stuff they have.
Only at a fair.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Fair food.
And of course, you also got a load of sugar in this stuff.
Oh gosh, yes.
That's part of load of sugar.
I ate with my wife a shrimp and ramen burrito.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
I had to hate.
We got that at Chicken Charlie's.
I had the rest of it, and she gave me the.
That was okay.
That was tasty.
The chicken ramen burrito. The shrimp ramen.
No, that was a shrimp thing.
Yes.
You're eating all this food.
We got some good food.
There was some decent food, but the only thing is, like I said, it was a lot of sugar.
They do the fried candy bars, the fried butter.
Yeah. You got your zeppole, your fried dough.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
That's all there.
They every year, the news will do their little promo story about it, and they're like, "Look at this crazy fried thing you can get here."
Right. So, fried butter.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't even know when it was. I didn't even know that was the last week of this thing.
This is the last weekend for you.
I mean,
just made it.
But we did go to one. I remember last couple years ago. Because I remember, because your daughter wanted to go to the bathroom.
Yes, she did.
And that's what we went. We went to that. I remember that it was in that same place.
Yeah.
Same area. I knew it wasn't.
Yeah, we even got to stop in our old neighborhood in Orange on the way back home, say hi to an old neighbor, see how the old house is looking and all that stuff. That was fun.
My pomegranates that I grow,
the pomegranate bush
that I grow
well.
My bush, it's grown up. They got some big ones on it now. Fruit on it. Right on by my window.
We planted that.
Yeah, I know. I planted that one.
It's a legacy thing for us.
Yeah. I saw that.
We left our mark on that property.
Look at that.
Do you have space for another one?
Oh yeah, we actually have 3 pomegranate trees here.
Oh wow.
Well, we got 3, one on the corner, one on the end downstairs, in the back, and 2 in the front. Mm-hmm. But right now they're growing, but not like the ones we saw.
Well, the one in the back has a lot of fruit on it.
That's the one I'll probably get some fruit off.
It's growing rapidly too. It's thriving. It's doing well. Easy plant to grow out here.
I like to see it grow some more, and those 2 in the front they do.
They'll be fine. They're doing just fine.
So.
But yeah, let's see here. We've got. Looks like we have.
Who's on? Oh, something like that.
We have a few more minutes. Yeah, so we're not at the end of the show, but we're getting close.
All right.
Uncle, what do we have to cover before it does become the end here? What do you want to ask Pearse while he's here, Mr. Porkins?
Oh, how's your thing going?
Yeah, his radio show.
His radio.
He's on our network.
I'm on. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I've been on a break, so it's been pretty easy. But I mean, I've been doing shows, but I haven't been officially back on the air. But that starts next week. I'll be back. So, I took a couple weeks off. Took a little vacation.
It's good to do that.
Yeah.
Well, we will when we go next summer. We're going to be going on that.
Yeah, Uncle. Do you take a break on the show?
Yeah.
Rain or shine, you're there.
Well, yeah,
we've taken breaks.
We've taken
not
breaks.
Long ago. We did.
What we do we're still got to go into some new live shows. With a look at new live shows. We haven't been checking. Have you been checking Sidekick?
Yeah, no, not as much as I need to.
We have to check to see what's coming up.
Okay,
up there, because I wanted to go to more of those shows, like I told you.
Or maybe do a live show.
Yeah, but we've been doing to some of them and took off a couple of days, couple of nights because of that.
Mm-hmm.
A little here and there.
Here, it's neither here nor there, Uncle. It really isn't.
Well,
we're good. We're doing a fine job.
Well, I'm reaching my 150 mark.
We're close to that.
I want to get close to that before. I know I'll get close to that before the year is out.
Pearse, how about this? Before we go, why don't you give shout-outs?
Yeah.
Why don't you shout-outs? Give some shout-outs.
Oh, man. I got to come up with some shout-outs? Or just anybody in general, or
anybody that you would like to shout out for any reason. It doesn't matter what the reason is. Just anybody you think deserves a shout out. Anybody you want to. If
man,
listening that you want them to know, give them some props.
I'll give a shout out to Nick or Artisan Loaf. He's always just a good guy. He might be listening. Big supporter of the show. Also, Creative Accidents. Yes. Big shout out to him or her. I think it's him as well. Big supporter of mine on Twitter. Doesn't get enough credit. A lot of those like the people that have been following me since the very beginning on Twitter. Just a broad shout out to all of them. But two people there, Artisan Loaf and Creative Accidents. Just because they've been there, from the very beginning, good guys. Oh, lots of good material too that they put up.
Yeah, Creative Accidents is in the chat room now. He says,
"Yeah, follow Creative Accidents on Twitter for sure."
Those guys in the shout out, I know they're there. Every single one of those guys.
He's one of our most active Street Cream members.
He's a Street Cream, actually throw out card man.
Oh yeah,
ace man in that crack.
Definitely an ace. Yeah.
My kids, I say, all right, who's doing it here? It's him most of the time.
Very helpful on social media, just helping promote our stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate him.
Yeah. Uncle, do you have any shout-outs additional to those two very good shout-outs?
My special people at the store that I wanted them swordmen. We are still going to try.
Pure Blades,
we're still going to try to get it live there. Let us know when.
We will be in there.
I'm talking to the men. Telling the plan.
We'll be in there, Uncle.
And the others. And I've heard that old Party Boy. I've heard something that he got last week. I still give you a shout out, Party Boy, but he's lacking up a little bit, old Rod.
You mean in the podcast world?
In the podcast world, because he's letting up a little bit. He
needs a longer break, Uncle.
A longer break.
He might be back one day, but he needs to take some time away.
Well, he has been. I haven't heard much, I haven't heard much. So, so much to shout out to him, old Roddy boy.
Roddy boy.
I know.
Roddy.
Your other side is his side. Your side, sidekick.
His other side is my side.
Your side. You can shout out to
Denise and I. Yeah, shout out to Denise since we're so similar. According to Uncle, we're very similar people.
I'm more close to Rod.
And you're very similar to Rod.
So I do it to him, and she does it.
Uncle is to Rod what Aaron is to Denise. We know that.
Yeah, that's the word. That's what
if you're taking the SAT exam, that's the
examing.
I don't know what an SAT exam is like these days, if they even do those same analogies anymore or what. But
they asked in chat about the beef people.
Oh, yeah, the beef people.
The beef people. Shout out to you beef people that had my...
We were in the hood, of course, today. The beef people.
Oh, yeah, the hood. The neighborhood. Your neighborhood. We were in your neighborhood there.
We were.
But I didn't go down that correct street. But we were in that area.
We weren't on Tustin Avenue.
We weren't on that strange street, but
we were close.
Into your neighborhood.
On the highway.
So we were there, street people.
We were there, street people.
And I know that the beef people, they're one of my old customers that listen.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully they're listening. I think they're listening.
Hopefully.
Shout out to the street cream people out there too, all of them.
All the street paint people.
I'm
good
really,
work. You're doing the good work of doing all this. Appreciate what you're all doing.
It's a funny joke, but I'm legitimately excited about the whole street cream effort.
Yes, me too.
I think there's a lot of possibility with that.
I go back to work on Wednesday this week, and I'm going to throw out some cards and tell them about the street team or cream. I don't know what to say.
Say whatever you want.
To these new people, and I'm going to see how many will get attached to it.
Start throwing out cards like Gambit from X-Men.
By the way, so when I got them in my wallet, and I'm going to have a break or something, talk to somebody, and I ask them that, they go, "Oh yes, I listen to a broadcast. Yeah, here's 2 for you." And boom.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Lucum because he's doing a Idiocracy reference right now. Thank you, Lucum. Also a avid chatter supporter on Patreon and many more wonderful things. All right, so I guess that's pretty much the show. Pearse, why don't you just again let people know about your show, your website, and your Twitter and all that?
Sure. My show's Porkins Policy Radio, and you can hear it live every Tuesday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern here at Ocelli.com. But also you can find all of my stuff archived over at my website and all the other shows I do, which is PorkinsPolicyReview.com. And if you want to support me, you can go to Patreon.com/Pearse Redmond. And you can for as little as $1 a month, you get access to the bonus podcast.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Pearse. It's always a lot of...
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
We gotta send you some... Also, we gotta send him some cards.
Yeah. Well, we can do that.
Yeah, send you some cards.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, but we've got quite a bit.
All right, Uncle, our website. UncleThePodcast.com. Follow our Instagram for alien pictures.
Alien pictures are coming out when he ever gets them out.
At Uncle Podcast.
At UnclePodcast.com.
Same for Twitter. Interact with us on Twitter.
On Twitter.
It's fun.
It is interesting.
Okay,
you'll get a laugh.
You sure will. That's it, Uncle. That's the show.
And here's your show. Bye-bye.